This week's feast.
Did I do it again?
And go.
I say this week's
This
feast.
week's feast.
Go.
This feast.
Go.
This week's feast.
Dragon-sized dumps.
This week's feast.
Dragon-sized dumplings. With my mom. Hiya! 新年快乐! Happy Chinese New Year, everybody. It's the year of the dragon. So this week we're going to cook something from Kung Fu Panda 2. Now, Po's father in the movie, Mr. Ping, runs a noodle shop, and traditionally on the New Year, you're supposed to eat noodles because it represents longevity. But because Po is the dragon warrior and it's the year of the dragon, we'll be making ourselves some dragon-sized dumplings, as seen here. Let's get started. You'll need 9 shrimp, 2 stalks of green onion, 1 inch of ginger root, 1.5 cups of celery, blanched and processed, 3/4 pound of ground beef, 2.5 cups of flour, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 cup of bamboo shoots, and of course, 1 tablespoon of Panda brand oyster sauce. Not made from actual pandas. And for all my non-American friends, all of these measurements are in metric units in the more info box below. Begin by combining 2.5 cups of flour with 1 cup of warm water in a mixing bowl. If things start to stick, toss in a little bit more flour and continue to knead the dough. Once done, cover it up and let it sit overnight. Next, we'll begin preparing the ingredients to put inside the dumplings. First, mince the green onions. If you're not a pro chef like my mom, you can always do it the Dragon Warrior way. Next, you'll need to mince the garlic. Cut it into thin slices, then tiny matchsticks, and cut it up from there. Let's see how the Dragon Warrior did. And once again, if you're not a pro chef, you can always use a food processor. Next up, we'll be preparing the shrimp. Butterfly them by cutting it down the middle and then dicing it into smaller pieces. Do the same for the bamboo shoots. Remember, the smaller the better. Now take the blanched and processed celery and squeeze out the liquid into the ground beef using your hands. Once that's done, add in the ginger, green onion, and begin stirring your mixture until the ground beef has absorbed all the liquid from the celery. Pour in the 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, and 2 teaspoons of salt. But wait, this panda needs bamboo. Now add in the ingredients you just cut up and mix very thoroughly. Pour in the remaining celery. Don't be afraid to use your hands, just wash them first, please. After your dough has been sitting overnight, take it out and cut it into 4 slices. Roll each slice out into tubes and tear or cut off small chunks. We'll be turning these small bits into our normal-sized dumplings. First, flour the surface you'll be working on, then flatten the dough. Carefully work your way around the dumpling with a roller, making sure to make it as circular, flat, and thin as possible. Then, dollop some of your mixture into the dumpling. Taking one end, fold it over to the other and slowly work your way around, pressing each side down. You want to be extra sure that none of the mixture gets caught between the folds, otherwise your dumpling won't close properly. Finally, use your hands to wrap around the dumpling and press firmly one last time. Let's see how I did.
Oh God, your
It's okay, it's okay.
out. No, it's not okay.
It's okay, yeah it is, because look, you just go whoop.
No, because then you cannot close that.
Yep, my mom was right. Well, only one thing to do. Now that monstrosity's been dealt with, let's make another. Roll out the dragon-sized dumpling in the same way that you prepared the other ones. Just make it much, much bigger. Ladle in that mixture, and it's time to wrap this baby up. Now this next part might take a little bit of practice. Take one edge and fold over the other edges of the dumpling as you work your way around. At the very end, you're going to want to close it up and leave a small hole so that air can escape through it when we steam it. And just like that, you've created a dragon-sized dumpling. To cook the regular-sized dumplings, simply bring a pot of water to a boil and drop the dumplings in one by one. Give it a stir and let them cook. You'll know they're ready when they start floating to the top. The skin will be wrinkled and they should be slightly transparent as well. Take them out and they're ready to serve. Now because the dragon-sized dumpling is so big, we'll be steaming it. Add some water to a wok, put it on medium, and wait till the water comes to a boil. Next, take your dumpling and carefully place it on a bed of lettuce on a ceramic plate. Place this inside the steamer, cover it up, and let it steam for 15 to 20 minutes. My goodness, that is a lot of dumpling. Give yourself a pat on the back. You've just created one of China's most iconic dishes, the dumpling. Now, they would be pretty boring to eat just by themselves, so we're going to create a dipping sauce. For this, you'll need black rice vinegar, soy sauce, and sesame oil. Combine 1 part vinegar, 2 parts soy sauce, 1 part sesame oil, and stir them all together. It's as simple as that. Now, if you want it to be a little spicier, feel free to add in some red chili paste. It's time to eat! Now, typically, dumplings are eaten with forks or chopsticks, but in cases of extreme hunger and pandas, hands are allowed. And now for the ultimate test. What does the high expectations Asian father think?
Good, real good.
Thumbs up.